Hey y'all. So, Sundays I normally don't like to film at night, but that was a good episode. You know what? I was like, I want to get this out as soon as possible so someone can hear what I got to say, because that is how you check somebody that tried you. And the reaction I had, I wish I could have just filmed myself watching it. Because, wow. So we're going to get into this episode, so let's get into it. This is my review for the Real Housewives of Potomac. Let's get into the episode. So it's the next day, and the ladies are all coming down for breakfast. We see the women from the cottage or the slaves' quarters coming over too. I gotta give it to Candace. At least they have a personal chef. Like when I'm in a house like that on vacation, I don't want to cook, and I don't want to get Uber Eats either. Well, sometimes. But early in the day, it's nice and convenient to have a private chef. That breakfast looked good too. Y'all know I gotta comment on food too. Wow. So Mia comes down and she looks really good. That face is beat and ready for the cameras. Wow, even Robin is on time for breakfast. This has to be at noon. This isn't like at 9 a.m. or something. You have the other ladies by the cottage trying to figure out how this golf cart works. So they got it to work. And by the way, I'm loving how the new friend of the show, Escala, is dressing. Like, she is killing it. I love what she has on right now. Meanwhile, we're with the ladies in the estate house, and Karen was right. Like, she lives rent-free in Giselle's brain. Because Giselle brings Karen up because she says Mia told her, Karen said that Giselle hurt her feelings calling her a troll. And Giselle doesn't give a shit, and she lets us know that she doesn't. And while they're talking about it, the other ladies walk in, and first I see Wendy, or Wendy. And she makes sure to strut in this bathing suit past Giselle. Wendy looks really good. This is a really flattering outfit. Most ladies cannot pull this off, and Wendy has definitely pulled this off. Like, kudos. I'm glad Karen gave her that pep talk so she was ready for those green-eyed bandits. We see a little flashback of Karen telling Wendy, if you dress for her, go change your effing clothes, and that she did. And of course the camera shows Giselle's face when Wendy walks in. That's the face of like, oh, I didn't get to her, so she's still dressing like she was. Yes, jealous trick, because she wasn't fazed by your insecure ass. Ooh, and speaking of the green-eyed bandits, Giselle gets up and goes over to Robin and says, oh, let's go upstairs. Like, how rude is that? You have all the women just join in for breakfast and y'all two just go upstairs. Child. And then, of course, Robin, her lackey, was like, And Robin takes her whole plate. She wasn't even done eating. And Giselle told her to get up. I swear the only thing Giselle was missing was a leash for Robin. Like, damn. All the other ladies know it's rude, especially Candace, the host, but she keeps excusing Giselle's behavior, if y'all haven't noticed, just so she can be in the Green-Eyed Bandits clique, because she thinks she's playing for the right team. Karen is telling Candace how she noticed how Giselle was coming for her marriage and how she operates with her husband, and is just wondering how she feels about that. And Candace, again, like I said earlier, it just seems like she doesn't want to get into it with Giselle, even though Giselle is clearly coming for her. Candace even says she's aware that Giselle can be very uncouth, but she's giving her the benefit of the doubt. But we're back with the Green-Eyed Bandits, and Giselle wanted to talk to Robin one-on-one about Robin. Of course it wasn't about Giselle, because Giselle has no business. She has no plot line. She says she wants to talk to Robin one-on-one about Juan. I'm guessing this is Giselle's version of tough love. She's saying you can't have your fine man telling you you're not attractive. That should be your motivation. I don't know. Like, because Juan just has no place to talk at all. He should be lucky he has Robin right now, honestly. But Robin seems very insecure right now. And again, it's hard for me to feel sorry for Robin when she's attacking Wendy's insecurities. Robin says the thought of what I can be scares me. And I'm thinking, does she mean broke? Because that's normally what it is. Like, she's scared to be broke again. Okay. See, y'all, I'll be pausing in and out. But she did say that, yeah, I'm afraid to be at the top and then fall again. So she is scared of being broke again. So Robin says she needs some help. And then I was like, yeah, sis, you should get some help. She says with her business. And I'm like, oh. I thought she may help like a therapist, but okay. She's also saying that she's been turning down lenders like Macy's and TJ Maxx For those, what you call it, them embezzlement hats? I don't understand. You didn't want to make a profit? Giselle is shocked. She's like, what? You have Macy's coming after you? I don't get it either. Is she lying? Next scene, we have all the ladies going out by the pool for Giselle's instruction. Giselle's letting us know that she's qualified because she does this swimming to stay in shape. And when we see like a little photo montage of Giselle looking good, it's a shame. Giselle has a great body, but don't know how to dress it. And again, Wendy looks damn good in this swimsuit. I'm gonna keep saying it too. Girl, you look really good. That is a body well spent. Again, the ladies with the swim caps. Those swim caps are specifically made for women of color and their hairstyles. That's why it's so big. Karen doesn't want to try it. She just learned how to have a good lace front, so she don't want to mess that up. And I get it, Karen, so she's not getting in the water. Is this what Giselle calls instructing? So while the ladies are playing in the pool, Ashley pulls up, and it seems like everybody's happy to see her, even Candace. Oh, God. Ashley's talking about her post-pregnancy, and it looks like she's taking her placenta and putting them in pills and taking them. I'm guessing to help with her postpartum or giving her energy. I don't know, but they didn't need to show us the process. They really didn't. Good for her, but I didn't need to see it. I didn't need to see the process. Whoever that is look like they burling. That's my New Orleans accent, y'all. They look like they're boiling organs right now for those pills. It looks disgusting. So Ashley's sitting next to Karen and Mia while the other lady's in the pool, and she's just trying to figure out the tea, what's been up since they've been in Williamsburg. I really do feel like Ashley's position this season, she's been playing both sides of the fence with Giselle and Karen a lot. Karen also telling Ashley how Giselle attacked everybody at the table while they were telling their business, while Giselle didn't say anything about herself. And also how Giselle hurt Wendy's feelings, even telling her that Wendy cried to her this morning. Ashley thinks Karen is exaggerating, which I know she's going to repeat this later in front of the other women because Ashley is messy. So it looks like the pool day is over. All the ladies are going inside. We're with Giselle and Ashley catching up. You know what? I actually want to correct something that I said earlier, that Karen is living rent-free in Giselle's brain. It's the other way around too. Like Giselle lives rent-free in Karen's brain as well. Like we see them, they're both talking about each other right now. They really need to lay off each other. It's becoming tired. So of course Ashley tells Giselle what Karen told her earlier about how she went off on everybody at the dinner table. Y'all notice what Ashley doing here? I do. And now Giselle's giving her perspective to Ashley, and then Ashley tells her that, yeah, I heard that Wendy was crying in Karen's arms. And this is new information to Giselle. And you would think Giselle would feel bad hearing that Wendy cried, but no. Like Giselle's reaction is, that's her own internal bullshit. That have nothing to do with me. Wow. What a friend. Giselle don't give a fuck about anybody's feelings but Robin, and sometimes not even her. And once again, Giselle brings up the Eddie rumor. She's brought it up maybe 3 or 4 times now. Like, it's so contrived, Giselle. Like, you know what you're doing. If you know it's not true, then why would you keep repeating it? And she's told this to Ashley and Robin, and she had the perfect chance to tell Wendy at the table, but of course she didn't. Ashley is saying that they should bring it to Wendy's attention. We also see in her confessional saying that she doesn't believe the rumor is true. Yes, y'all, we all know the rumor isn't true, but the fact that you're even bringing it up, it's messy. It is, because we're now talking about it. Like, just bringing up a rumor like that, it causes people to ask questions. At this point in the episode, I just couldn't wait till Ashley brought it up to Wendy. So next scene, we see all the ladies arriving to the restaurant for lunch. Okay, Wendy, for the Ivy Park, I see you. No. Where is Giselle going in this outfit? Tacky, acky. Giselle looks like she's going to a different place than all the other ladies. Who gave her this? Like, I don't even know what to say about it. Tacky mess. And Robin is late as always, but for this time she has some work to get done. I mean, that's what happens when you're too cheap to find staff for your business. Like, you're doing everything by yourself. Of course she's busy. So the ladies are seated at the table, and the topic of the dinner last night is brought up, and Ashley is asking the table, like, oh, it seems like what's being told to me, there was some miscommunication, and how Giselle allegedly attacked everybody. So Giselle asked Wendy, are we good? And Wendy says, well, I have been meaning to talk to you about the dinner. And she said she didn't appreciate what she said. She repeated what Giselle said verbatim about not having substance and being completely different. And she did body shame her. And instead of Giselle owning it and just saying, I'm sorry, of course she's making excuses for it. And then Ashley tries to stick up for Giselle, but I'm like, Ashley, you weren't there, so you didn't even know the context. They were body shaming her. So Giselle says, if you feel like I offended you, my bad. Giselle could do better. That wasn't sincere enough an apology, and Wendy clocks that. Even the look on Wendy's face looked like she didn't accept that apology. We see her in her confessional saying that if Giselle was a real friend, she would have took her to the side. And she's right. You see how she took Robin to the side. The only allegiance Giselle has is to Robin. And that's it. Not to Candace, not to Ashley, to Robin. Ashley then asked Wendy, did she cry? And she let the whole table know she cried and that Karen poured into her, which gets different looks from people at the table, and Giselle can't take it seriously. Wow, so we see Giselle in her confessional saying, Wendy, Karen really doesn't like you. I mean, just like how I said earlier, like Giselle don't really care about Candace or Ashley. Her allegiance is to Robin. So what is she to say who Karen likes or not? This is all a war between Karen and Giselle, and all the other women are just pawns. So Robin finally makes her way to lunch, and now the ladies are just catching her up on the drama they're talking about. Oh, Mia. Oh, well, I'm coming into Giselle's defense. Like, but you just agreed with Wendy, so now you come into Giselle's defense now? Even Giselle was looking at her crazy. Like, oh yeah, when I look at a woman and she's dressed a certain way, girl, what? Eat your food and look pretty, please. Like, I like you, Mia, but you need to shut up right now. Like, especially with Mia's background. So anytime someone is being body shamed, she should understand where Wendy is coming from right now. So as Wendy's trying to respond to Mia, Ashley then interjects and says, we're not talking about your body. But Ashley, they were. They were. I mean, I do get Ashley's point, but Ashley wasn't there, so she doesn't understand. Like, of course, yes, Wendy is acting hella different from last season. We get that. And they didn't bring up just her personality. They brought up, oh, your surgery, you're a product of this, you lack substance. Like, her not having substance should have never been said. If Giselle would have said, oh, well, you're just acting very different this year than last year, then maybe it would have been taken better. Candace is annoyed with Ashley, saying why her breast pump and her forehead is bringing this up. She cannot stand Ashley. Wow. But Candace is over it. She's just like, can we all just get along? Candace is trying so hard to revamp her image from last season. At least Wendy's doing a good job of it. Candace isn't. So now Robin jumping in with her say, and then now it looks like they're about to argue with each other. It's now Ashley, Robin, and Giselle all coming at Wendy at once. Giselle then tries to tell Wendy that she's being very combative right now when they're just trying to talk to her. She even kind of shades her, like, you're talking to us like we're on CNN right now, and you're being so combative, like we just talking. Wendy then pays Giselle dust and just starts to text in her phone. And then of course Robin, her guard dog, ruff, just into the conversation that she didn't need to be in, saying that she's talking to you while you're looking in your phone. We get that. Good observation, Rob, okay? But this is not your argument. But then Wendy says she's looking at her phone to see if she's scheduled for CNN right now. So now they're trying to gaslight into her saying that she's being too sensitive and too defensive on this. I wish Candace or Karen would speak up right now. Because I feel like a scholar's been saying stuff, but producers keep muting her mic. Mia, I'm going to tell you this again. Be quiet. You sound crazy. Now she bringing up Wendy's outfit she wore on the bus? What? Wendy is saying, well, you know, I'm not judging you for your past. You've been a stripper. And then Mia's trying to correct her when she said she was a stripper 2 episodes ago. I was an entertainer at a 5-star restaurant where we served steak and lobster. Girl, you were stripping, okay? Strippers, entertainers. I mean, strippers are entertainers, yes. Semantics. Candace has been on a roll in her confessionals lately. So she's telling Mia, girl, you were a lady of the night with your big old feet. Oh my God. And then production zooms in on Wendy's feet. Production ain't shit. The way they just did a freeze frame of Mia's feet, then zoomed in. I'm done. Wendy says she finds it rich that Mia is telling her this, but she's going to accept it. Wendy says her husband told her that he's glad that she's happy with who she is. She gets emotional, and she said she's going to take the word of her husband. And that's where she ends the conversation. Annoying ass Robin then says, well, I guess we're just going to have to keep our observations to ourselves. Well, Robin, you know, I'm not going to keep my observation about you to myself. Juan ain't going to marry you. How about that? You're about to get kicked off this show and be broke again. How about that? Wendy then tells Robin, you are hella judgmental. And I agree, because Robin has no business talking about anybody's situation at this table, especially what she got going on. Her and Giselle live in some crusty ass, cheap, tacky glass houses. Again, Candace in her confessional. Oh my God. Coming after Giselle. I think this is the third time she's come after Giselle. I wonder what she thinks about this watching. She said, talking about judgmental, if we're judging fashions, Giselle would be sentenced for life under the jail. Giselle, please get a stylist so we can stop clowning you about this, because she's absolutely right. So the lunch is over and the ladies are headed back to the estate for the whiskey tasting. Before they leave the restaurant though, we see Ashley and Giselle talking amongst themselves, and Giselle is saying how Wendy's just being beyond defensive, and her bringing up her husband and shedding a tear, she's like rolls her eyes at it. Ooh, Giselle ain't shit. She never cared about Wendy. It was more so about getting Wendy on her team last season against Monique. And it worked. Ashley then says that they should tell her about the rumor. I'm not sure why Ashley is so concerned, because I feel like she's not even that close to Wendy. But she says that one of them should tell her, not the both of them. And then Ashley thinks she should because of all the things that, you know, she deals with in the press with Michael. She should have known this wasn't a good idea, but Giselle is chicken shit. So of course she wasn't going to tell Wendy. So now Ashley's going to be the one to tell Wendy about the rumor. So they all get back to the estate. Wendy is clearly feeling some type of way still. Karen checks on her. And then now they're about to taste some whiskey. Oh, I hate that outfit Giselle have on right now. This ugly jogging suit with those neon pink shoes. Lord have mercy. They're all in the living room now, sitting across from each other, and Giselle notices that Wendy has an attitude on her face, which I'm still wondering why they thought this was the perfect time to tell Wendy about the rumor. Okay, so they're doing a whiskey tasting, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, let's get to the drama. Robin decides to down her whiskey samples like shots, and she does all 4 of them in a row. And then it's followed by cocktails made with the whiskey. Those cocktails look good though. And then we see the ladies getting tipsy, obviously. Lord, so then Ashley gets up. She tells Wendy that she's about to go in a few minutes, so she wants to talk to her one-on-one. Giselle encourages it because she knows exactly what Ashley's about to tell her. So she's like, oh, well, let them talk so Ashley can say what she has to say. You should have been the one to tell Wendy face-to-face about the rumor you were talking about on the show. So Ashley is justifying this by saying that last season, when they were at Monique's house, that Candace and Giselle sat her down and showed her the picture of Michael. So she would think Wendy would appreciate it in the same way. So the difference is, Ashley, though, is Candace had proof. It was an actual picture. This is just a rumor from a blog. So you just repeating it for the cameras to catch at this point. Not Ashley particularly, but definitely Giselle. Ashley really think that this is gonna go well. Ooh, so the way Ashley tells her is Giselle told her about this fabricated story that's out. Fabricated story. And maybe that's the reason why you're acting different and being overtly sexual, because she's trying to prove the article not true. Wendy cuts this shit immediately. Immediately, and Ashley is gagged. Oh, Ashley, why did you do this? Why did you open Pandora's box? And Wendy ain't playing no games. She's like, the fact that you brought this up to me is laughable. And Giselle had enough time to come to me one-on-one about it. And all Ashley have to say for that is fair. Yes, fair. Like, Giselle should have been the one to tell her before you and before Robin, actually. Ashley does not know what to say. She was like, I promise you, me and Giselle were concerned. We were coming from a good place. No, y'all weren't. No, y'all weren't. Messy ass Ashley. You ain't pregnant no more, so you ain't safe from getting dragged now. Wendy just cleared Ashley. Point blank, period. She then calls Giselle the spawn of the devil. Ooh, she gonna get in Giselle's ass, and I can't wait. Meanwhile, the ladies are inside having a good old time drinking whiskey, and they have no idea what's about to come. Ooh, Ashley getting red now, in a respectful way too. There is so many articles about all y'all, and this speaks to your character of bringing it up. And if this is what y'all doing, let's have at it. And then she gets up. Ooh, I can't wait. Wendy is ready. Like, we see Robin twerking. She's like, since y'all all twerking, let's have a conversation right now. Wendy tells the ladies that Ashley brought to her attention about this blog and that her and Giselle and y'all talked about it. She goes around the room to see who talked about it. Did you talk about it? Did you talk about it? Wendy's like, let's be clear. Don't come for my husband. I think she's looking right at Giselle. Giselle asks Wendy, why are you looking at me? Are you serious? Are you serious? Wendy's like, because it was your ass who was talking about the story. Giselle is chicken shit. She really is. She won't try to play dumb now. She brought this shit up 4 times. I'm putting your ass on notice. Because what we not gonna do. I love that. I love black people. When we say what we not gonna do. Wendy is not playing. Like, she broke the 4th wall. Let me be very clear with you. Do not come after my husband. This is giving Candy's energy of coming for people's husband. Like, I was kind of scared for Giselle at some point. You think Monique dragged Candace. I think Wendy will drag Giselle. Giselle doing her best to look unbothered, but I know she shook. Oh, Giselle says she don't give a shit if she said it meanly. Wendy's like, you're gonna get your ass whooped. So in this moment, Wendy, you should know how Monique feels now, because last season, Candace's mouth was writing checks her ass couldn't cash. So you see now how words can be triggering and how you said Giselle can get her ass whooped. Just saying. She's like, fuck these cameras. I'm telling you now. When you talk about my husband, you talk about me. Now this is Candy. I'm gonna drag you in this bitch. Like, that is giving Candy's energy right now. It's definitely noted with Wendy. Don't mess with her man, because she gonna be the one to bring it to you. Wendy tells her it doesn't matter if you said it wasn't true. You repeated it and you wasn't even woman enough to bring it to me. And of course, here come her guard dog out of nowhere. Well, what did Eddie say? You tell your friend to tell you what Eddie said. Oh my God, Robin gets on my goddamn nerves. She whiskeyed up right now, so she feeling froggish. She could get her ass whooped too. It'll be a good fight though, but I think Wendy can take Robin. Robin got some fucking nerve injecting herself in this argument. Like, she definitely was talking about the cheating rumors with Giselle, not once, but twice. Wendy tells Robin that she's looking for a moment, and then Robin, who's clearly drunk right now, I ain't looking for a moment. She tells Wendy, fuck you, and then Wendy says, go fuck yourself, and Robin starts imitating herself. I'm like, what is she doing right now? Wendy tells Robin to eat a fucking cracker and go to sleep. Her guard dog with the masculine vagina, now she's like, I wasn't talking about the blog, blah, 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 blah. I mean, you sure did care about the blog when they said your ass was broke. I remember when Ashley brought it up to you, like, you were mad at her. Ashley then tries to apologize to Wendy and say that was never her intention for her to take it like this. I'm just so confused by Mia's input all the time. Like, she definitely flip-flops a lot. So now she's telling Ashley, I don't know, Ashley, like, Giselle should have been the one. I'm like, whose side is Mia on now? Oh, Giselle's trying to backpedal and pussy pop. Like you were so concerned about Wendy. Okay, that you discussed it with Robin and you discussed it with Ashley on multiple occasions. Oh, so now Wendy is reading Giselle and her relationship with Jamal Bryant. Now I see you for what everybody said you were. I mean, we tried to tell your ass last season, Wendy, how Giselle ain't shit. I bet Monique in one of her 4 houses laughing, eating popcorn, watching this. A scholar's reactions right now is all of us. That is how you check a bitch. Ooh, Wendy is not to be played with right now. She got up out of her seat. She's pacing around. She's like, I am not the one. You firing shots. I got the bazooka, bitch. It just annoys me that Giselle's trying to act so surprised at Wendy's reaction. Like, what you did was real shitty. Like, first you came at her with some bullshit, body shaming her, making her insecure. And now she finds out that you were talking about a rumor to everybody but her, and y'all supposed to be friends. Yep, Wendy, Giselle is miserable. She's miserable, she's jealous, she's insecure. She hates to see other women thriving. That's why she keeps Robin next to her, because Robin isn't thriving. In life, in her marriage, as a mother, like, that fuels Giselle. I'm glad Wendy finally see the light. Ooh, she is reading her. Ooh, yes. You with a man that's talking to everybody in Baltimore, sleeping with everybody, and you continue to be with him and bring around your daughters? Do you know how low of a self-esteem you need to have? Damn, Gina, tread lightly. Tread lightly. And then Ashley gets up and says she needs to go. Typical Ashley, messy ass Ashley. She throw a grenade in the room and then leave. Uh-oh, we see Candace getting up, following Ashley into the kitchen. We see Ashley by the refrigerator getting her milk out. She's like, I didn't expect this. Let me get the hell out of here. Candace then asks Ashley, why did you bring that up? Why did you feel you needed to do this? Now, Candace, this should be redirected into your friend Giselle's direction. Because Giselle is the one that brought it up, and it was Giselle's idea for Ashley to bring it up to Wendy. So I think it's weak of Candace to come after Ashley for this. She wanted to be under Giselle so bad. Now I do remember Candace last season bringing this to Ashley's attention, still. And she thought this was a good time to do it. And I remember Monique was mad at her about this. So Candace really has no issue of talking. And even though her information was like factual, she had actual receipts on Michael, she still chose to bring it up at Monique's event at her house. So Candace is a hypocrite. Candace then tells Ashley to take her milk and get the fuck out. This is so high school Mean Girls. Like, Candace is getting mad at the wrong chick so she don't upset Regina George. Wow, and then we see the whiskey instructor leaving. Was he here for all that? So Mia then asks Wendy, if Giselle brought it up to you, would you have the same reaction? Wendy says no, because I would at least have a little respect for her for bringing it to me face to face. And I agree with that. And Wendy Acefo is not done yet getting in Giselle's ass. She then says that you coming from my husband who looks like Idris Elba, while you saying that you would fuck Idris Elba up and down as she swings her braids back. All the other ladies are like, and of course Giselle has nothing to say, so she says she's going to ignore it. We then see Karen in her confessional saying we all knew about the rumor, but Giselle was the one that chose to repeat it. Wendy has now had enough and says she has enough class and was raised right, and she leaves the room. And drunk ass Robin throws a sheet over her head because her lord and master getting dragged yet again in front of her. And that's where the episode ends, y'all. I was not ready for Wendy to come out and come at Giselle like that. Do not talk about her man. Wow, with each episode, Giselle proves to me that she ain't shit. Ashley, I mean, she's messy. I mean, she kind of deserved Wendy's wrath too. I don't even feel sorry for Ashley. I'm also sick of Candace not holding Giselle accountable for her mess. It's like she's trying so hard to be Giselle's friend while Giselle continues to disrespect her or throw little jabs at her. But it's fine because Candace wants to be on the winning team, which is the Green Eye Bandits. I don't know anything about them that's winning right now. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode. Please let me know whose side y'all on. Do y'all think, Candace is mad at the wrong person? Should she be mad at Ashley? What do y'all think about Mia and her questionable commentary? And what do y'all think about Robin keep interjecting into Giselle's fights? Please let me know. And with that, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.